On the news this morning, Anambra State Attorney General Ifemeje just seeks synergy with police in speedy dispensation of justice. Mixed reactions trail proposed increase in charges for ATM transactions. President Tinubu arrives Ethiopia for AU summit as U.S. deports 119 migrants to Panama. Beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News on ABS Television. I am David Okpokwasile. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to security operatives for better security of life and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5111 and 0800-2008 for any reports. We begin from the police headquarters in Anambra, where the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Anambra State, Professor Sylvia Ifemeje, has called on the police to always investigate cases brought to them properly before prosecution takes over to enable the judiciary deliver justice to all. Professor Ifemeje made the call during a courtesy call on the new Anambra State Commissioner of Police, Dr. Ikioyo Rutugu, at the police headquarters in Anambra. Our correspondent, Gabe Alokwe, filed the report. Now taking from here.
Professor Ifemeje, while calling for a synergy between the judiciary and the police to help sanitize Anambra State from all forms of crimes and criminalities, hinted the Commissioner of Police of the Anambra State Homeland Security Law, which is aimed at checkmating crimes in the state.
We are here to solicit and pray that a thorough investigation of the cases should be made by the police, as you have always done, so that will make the job a little bit easier for us while prosecuting the case. I want to assure you that we always collaborate with you. We are ready to work hand in hand with you.
Receiving the Attorney General in his office, Dr. Urutugu assured the Attorney General of his cooperation by making sure the police investigate cases brought to them properly before prosecution begins, maintaining that they will not do anything that will embarrass the Nigerian police. He vowed to tackle insecurity in the state so that Anambra can enjoy themselves without fear.
And I want to assure you, and I promise you, that the police in Anambra will diligently always investigate cases. The ones that are to be prosecuted will be diligently prosecuted. So the cooperation and understanding that you have been enjoying in previous leadership will continue. In fact, I will even add more cooperation.
The Anambra State Police boss later presented a souvenir to his visitor, Professor Ifemeje.
The Anambra State government has expressed a strong commitment to enforcing development control across the state. The chairman of Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board, ANSIPIB, Barrister Chike Madekwe, made this known following an emergency meeting convoked by the board with the management of Nigeria Television Authority, Onitsha, NT Onitsha, and Transinkese Landlords Association, following the demolition of over 100 shanties built along the NTA premises in Transinkese Phase 1 housing estate in Onitsha. Our correspondent, Ejika Abana, has the report.
The meeting aimed to address any misunderstanding and to put the records straight concerning the disputed area. Barrister Madekwe stressed that the law of the state spells out that any developer that wants to put a proper building must go for approvals, otherwise such buildings will be removed. According to him, even government agencies build structures with approvals, stressing that the shanties are clearly on government right of way, which is why the Soludo-led government is building a massive boulevard on the road.
Let me repeat the governor. He said that Transinkisi is our own Metama. That's why he's spending that money building that road. When the landlords association said they will share part, he said, no, go and find another place within Transinkisi and build. I will pay for this one fully. Anybody that dares with the will of government will not be happy about the consequence.
Not me, I was not here. The former GM, this one, has gone. This one has gone to the police. This man has gone to the police. And they settled the case and told the Landlords Association to leave NTA land alone. The physical planning people said that they've given me warning letters. I want any of the physical planning people to come out with a letter, original copy signed and collected by me.
The demolition exercise is in furtherance of Governor Soludo's urban regeneration effort and vision of making Anambra a peaceful, secure, livable and prosperous state in Nigeria.
Civil servant Mr. Umade Anibogo has called on the federal government, the Central Bank of Nigeria and other financial managers of the country to shelve the idea of the proposed increase in the charges levied on ATM transactions that will begin on March 1, as it is not necessary because Nigerians are going through severe economic hardship. Speaking with ABS correspondent, he noted that the proposal is retrogressive, saying that excessive tax slows down the economy. Rather, he suggested that the federal government should find a way to generate economic activities that will better the lives of the masses. The report.
Mr. Anebogo, who mentioned that Nigerians are still grappling with the high pump price of petrol, high electricity tariffs, then the proposed increase in ATM transaction charges, explained that excess tax kills the economy, innovations and economic advancement, and urged the government to reconsider the policy.
The country is under severe economic yoke. We want to appeal to them, but let him change his mind. We are still contending with tariff of the GSM providers. We have not had it so bad about the arrest. We are talking about further increase in what we are going to pay or what money will be in your pockets. Is unfortunate.
Director in the Anambra State Office, Head of Service, Establishment and Pensions, Mr. Festus Mwabue, the proposal is the right.
We apologize for that technical issue we're experiencing in that story. We promise to bring up that report in our subsequent bulletins. We move now as over 6 kilometers out of the 16-kilometer Amobia-Nise-Agolo Nanka section of the Amobia-Kulobia dualization project being carried out by the Anambra State government have been asphalted. The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, made this known while speaking with our works correspondent Ngozi Obleri on the progress of the work on the road. Our report.
According to Engineer Okoma, 80% of earthwork has been completed, while drainage construction on both sides is 90% done. Just as he said that the road, which is section 1, will be completed by May this year.
About 80% of the drainage channels are completed. We are working very hard to see if we will be able to finish this road by May.
The Public Relations Officer of Geld Construction Company handling the project, Mr. Emmanuel Ona, while assuring quality jobs on the road, appreciated the Anambra State government for finding them worthy of handling the project.
Gone a long way from Amobia to Agolo. You have seen we're almost done. We're almost done with earthwork and we are doing stone base at the same time. Once we cover all the covers, we'll do asphalt. Rates we are going, we'll finish. The community are very, very perfect. They are cordial. So far, we've not had any issue with anybody.
A resident of Ngodonise, Mr. Ekene Okoye, commended Governor Soludo for all the good job he's doing in the state, praying God to continue to bless him and his family. From Nise axis of dualization on Amobia, Nise Agolonanka Road, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Guardians counselors have been charged to teach Anambra children positive Igbo values for hard work and respect for elders. The chairman of Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, Oka Professor Nkechi Kedugu, gave the charge while declaring open a one-day workshop themed Who is a Counselor, organized for Anambra State counselors at Girls Secondary School, Oka. The report.
Professor Ikedugu told the councillors that as agents of change, they should bring back sanity to the schools by teaching the children that hard work and respect for elders are key to success. She stressed the need to de-emphasize getting rich quick without hard work and should shun Okite, Ezenwanye, Yahoo, and other unnecessary practices that are prevalent in today's society, which can only lead to destruction. She maintained that councillors, as backbones of the educational system, should always help the students to develop skills, knowledge, attitude necessary to succeed in life.
You are the agents of change in our communities by helping to promote social justice, equity, and human rights. As councillor, I want to plead with you today. Brainstorm on how to bring about positive changes. I charge you today to bring back sanity in our schools.
Queen Anibogo reporting for ABS News.
President Bola Tinubu has arrived at Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, to participate in the 38th ordinary session of the Assembly of African Union Heads of State and Government. The meeting is slated for February 14 to 18, 2025. His arrival marks a crucial step in Nigeria's continued engagement with continental affairs, particularly on security, peace, and economic cooperation. Tinubu was received at the airport by the Ethiopian Deputy Chief of Protocol, Eshetu Legacy, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, and the Charge d'Affaires of Nigerian Embassy in Ethiopia, Nasir Aminu. This year's AU Summit, under the theme Justice for Africans and People of African Descent Through Reparations, focuses on reparatory justice and racial healing. Tinubu would deliver a speech at the summit-level meeting of the African Union Peace and Security Council, where discussions will focus on current security challenges in the continent, including the escalation of conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The president will participate in meetings on health financing, establishing an Africa Credit Rating Agency, and climate change. The Donald Trump administration has deported migrants from several Asian nations to Panama. Panamanian and U.S. officials say this is a move that could signal much faster removals of immigrants who have remained in the United States because their countries have made it difficult to return them. The flight carrying the migrants, a military plane that took off from California, appears to be the first of its kind during the Trump administration. The more than 100 migrants on the flight, including families, had entered the United States illegally from countries such as Afghanistan, China, Pakistan, and Uzbekistan. It is often difficult for the United States to return migrants to those countries. The International Organization for Migration says they are providing support to its recently arrived migrants at the request of Panamanian authorities. It noted that it was working with local officials to assist the migrants, including supporting returns to their home countries or safe alternatives. In sports, Arsenal has confirmed that forward Kai Havertz will miss the rest of the season after sustaining a hamstring injury. The 25-year-old German forward was injured during the club's warm-weather training camp in Dubai. Arsenal has issued a statement confirming the extent of the injury. The club said that Kai will begin his recovery and rehabilitation program, which is expected to extend into pre-season preparations for next season. Remember that you can follow news and programs from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television or on X at ABS Radio TV. You can follow us also on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points again. We told you that the Anambra State Attorney General, Professor Ifemeja, sought synergy with police on speedy dispensation of justice. We also told you that mixed reactions have trailed proposed increases in charges of ATM transactions. We also told you that President Tinubu has arrived Ethiopia for AU Summit as U.S. has deported 119 migrants to Panama. Anambra, remember that security is here to stay in the state. Security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra state, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of life and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5311 and 0800-22-0008. Thank you for joining us on the news this morning. I am David Okpopasile. The news was edited by Stella Ibokan, the production team. Weekend Show continues right after now. Stay with us.